Should I get headphones for this?
Hi, everybody. We are now officially live.
I cannot hear Ryan.
So maybe you can't hear me. It's probably on a delay, but that's just because we have so many people in here. But I'm sure that other people can hear at home, and so we're going to go with it the best we can. We're all in different places around the country. Most of you are probably in Illinois, though, and I'm excited to be there. I feel like I'm back in Illinois for just a few seconds, so this is great. So everybody say hello to the nation. Nation, say hello to Illinois State University. Hello. We do have two special guests here today. Those are Dragon and Robin. You can see Dragon's head, and there's Robin, which I think is great because Robin and Scooby there, who's with Megan, are practically the same dog but different sizes. So that's really fun. All that said, what do you think? How's this experience going for you?
It's great.
Oh my God, I cried so much.
It's been so much fun. I have a lot of family back home in Michigan, and I keep getting text messages from them asking them how do you do this, and how do we see you doing this? And then my parents, they're like, we have you up on the TV, and everyone is just messaging me, and I'm getting messages from my aunts and uncles and cousins. And so my sister even said that she wishes all tournaments could act like this and have that online component.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've been watching on 3 screens.
Oh, here, I'll show you a fun surprise in my room here. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
That's what is on the TV behind me, yeah.
For watching.
That's how me and Jolie enjoyed the poi performances yesterday. We had dinner, we put them up on the big TV, we just watched them, it was really fun.
It was so amazing. Sonia, what were you saying? People were texting?
I got a text from my grandma, who I didn't think knew how to work YouTube and or Facebook, and she was like, I've been watching you all day. It was so cute. I love it.
The question is, did she vote for you, though? Could you figure that out?
I don't think so, because she doesn't have a Gmail account.
Well, it's okay. Y'all had so many votes across the board. On that same note, we did a poll before this, where there was community polls that went out, and we had some really interesting questions in there. One about attire and style, which, for the record, judges, don't ever write anything about attire, or I don't ever want to see it. Just don't do it. It's cool. It's not necessary. Students, though, love each other for your attire. That is fantastic. That's a great place to be. Megan's like, no, your attire is terrible. Or it's a delay. It's a delay. All right, so there were some fun ones that came up. One, I just want to say, Craig, especially, wow, of the people's favorite performances of the year, 5 of your events were someone's favorite performance. So that's pretty cool. I did not expect that. You were crushing it this year. So good job after a long run. And Jolie, I know you already said this. You were also listed as someone's favorite performance, and Antoine, I think you were also listed as someone's favorite performance ever. So these are cool things to keep in mind. But Jolie, you were also clearly nominated as the forensics community's representative to the next president of the United States. How do you feel about that?
You know, I'm pretty stunned. I'm my team's president, but I didn't think that I'd be voted for something like this. And like you said in the live stream, I beat Oprah, and I beat other very historical members of society, and that's a huge honor. So I feel great.
Just gonna start a campaign soon.
What are you gonna do first with your power?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I haven't thought that far. I don't know.
All right, we will give you some time to figure it out. I have a few specific questions for y'all. Can any of you tell me, what is your favorite part about being on the ISU team? Maybe a specific thing that you do that you love, or maybe it's about the culture, anything that just you love about the team that you're on.
Okay, I'll start. My favorite thing about the team is at every tournament, after the tournament, no matter how the tournament went, whether it went great, whether it went terrible, we always do one good thing at the end of the day, where we go around the van and you have to say one good thing, and it's just a moment to be positive and love each other, whether your one good thing is your teammate who's sitting next to you, or that you made a friend, just cherishing the positives of everything.
Probably one of my favorite things to go off of that is our warm-ups. Sometimes they're not always on beat. Sometimes they're really funny. Sometimes they're really serious. But regardless, we're always having fun. It's always about giving energy to your teammates and caring about one another. And you can just, when you're in that circle, you can really feel that everybody's there for each other. And that's one of my favorite parts.
I love the way our team meetings work. Oh yeah, no, you go.
My favorite part, I was just going to say the freshmen. We have a really big class of freshmen this year, and they're all really bright and lovely.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite parts of being on the team is that this team is very welcoming. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter who anybody thinks you will be. Everybody on this team treats you like you belong there, and that means a lot.
I want to say I love our alumni. We've got folks like Annalise who show up all the time and are always giving of their time and support. They've been watching videos. They have been coaching over Zoom in the run up to this season, and it has been amazing. They show up and they give so much love, and it dumps back onto our amazing students. Jolie, I'm so sorry.
No, oh my God, please. I still need to get used to the delay. I would just say I love our team meetings. I love that we recap every tournament and like clap for the people who placed in the tournament. And then at the very end, we have a teaming of the week. And so we all like, there's like some kind of buildup where, we don't say the name at first, but we describe what they did that weekend or that week. And then finally their name is revealed, and we all as a team say, "You got Teamie of the Week." And it's just someone to celebrate every week, and it helps just build team spirit and acknowledge people who are doing great things.
My favorite part is that I can still be part of the team, watching y'all from a distance, and that I might not have coached any of you when I was still there, but it's awesome that I can come in and still know who's on the team and get to watch the same beautiful culture exist with even better performances.
Oh, I think we lost Donovan's mic.
Oh, Donovan, we can't hear you.
Donovan, if you put in an ear pod, sometimes that can kill it. You have to reset the stuff. So, you just have to mute.
Okay. My favorite part about being on the team is just the family atmosphere in general. Before I even came to ISU as a student, I was in high school, and the first thing I got from visiting the team, just learning about the team, was that it was just such a tight-knit family, and that everybody was supporting each other, that everybody was pushing each other to get better in every aspect of their lives. So I really love the support that we give each other. It's not just a team thing, it's like a literal Redbird family, and I'm so happy about this.
Yeah, that's all really wonderful. I love seeing that, and I love how so many of the things that are your favorite type of things will resonate with so many other teams around the country, because the whole, let's say a nice thing at the end of the day, that's just almost every team does a version of that of some kind. And it's wonderful to me to think that after a tournament, after everybody's exhausted and tired and wants to complain about who should have won or who shouldn't have won and all that stuff, natural inclinations when we're exhausted, or to do that sort of thing, so many teams still come in, and at the end of the day, probably at roughly the same exact times, we're in our vans driving home talking about what we loved. And it's kind of a universal thing, even if you don't realize it's a universal thing. And I love that we celebrate this activity in a unique sort of way, and we're always finding ways to do it. And I think that cultures of teams like yours that do that so much are ones that we should be celebrating especially, and ones that we should be emulating. So that's just a beautiful thing. And so thank you all for doing that. What is your favorite performance you've seen so far at this experience?
That's a hard one. That's definitely a hard one.
It is hard.
It doesn't necessarily have to be favorite. How about one of your favorites, just the one that comes to mind?
One that comes to mind, this was really cool in my crit round. There was a performer who went right before me with the same topic. And it was just so cool to see the different analysis, but also the similarities. And I just love that that these topics could get the same, like could just be exposed, just, you know. And I wasn't upset. Like, I just love the fact that two people were passionate about the same topic, and then that just gets heard. So
they're just like,
I think my.
Sorry, you go.
Sorry. Okay. I think my favorite performance so far. There was a boy in my poetry round. If I remember his name correctly, his name.
Oh,
I think we're losing you, Terrence.
It was like the way he controls his body. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, his name is Saeed. The way he controls his body while also being.
I'm sure you're talking about Salid Malami from Lafayette College. It was an incredible.
So
yeah.
Great.
Sorry,
Yeah.
your
So
sound was going out there for a second, so I jumped in to fill everybody else in. Saeed has just been doing an incredible job this year. I watched so many videos, and I was just blown away. I was like, wow, I'm
losing you a little bit.
Developing. It's awesome. While Terrence's thing is freezing up, does somebody else want to jump in and say their favorite?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like I've seen so many great performances that there are just like a couple performers who have really been sticking out to me, like John Henry, Emma Newton, Ali Kennan. I've just seen like so many wonderful performances from all of them. I was just like, I was floored by almost everything they did. So
I could not believe. I saw Ali Kennan's DI at the Norton in the fall, and then watched the video again yesterday, and I was gutted at the Norton and had to like pause it yesterday because it was so emotional. And John Henry's ADS, oh my goodness, that was so beautiful, so moving, and incredibly funny. Like, the jokes really resonated even on camera, which we assume won't happen, but it was gorgeous.
I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Does anybody else want to go?
One of my favorite performances was I saw John Henry's Persuasion. I saw it in the Norton, but it's just so good. And he's so passionate about it, which makes me love it even more, because when people are really passionate about topics, it just resonates so much better.
So what do you think about this medium? Do you think we should be doing more of this, getting more people to watch it?
Yes, I love this. I'm wondering if we could live stream every tournament, or like the big tournaments, or at least do this again and have this as like an extra nationals, because I loved it.
It's so cool because people who typically aren't in the activity, because the activity is so insular, so people who like aren't typically here, like they get to watch. Like, all my friends were watching yesterday, and they were texting me, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we didn't know this is what speech was." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is what I do all the time." So it's just so much fun, like getting to have other people see what we're doing.
Yeah. The truth of it, honestly, is that this takes like 20 times more work than a normal tournament. So I don't think it's realistic for most tournaments to do, but maybe once a year as a big thing to do. That sounds pretty awesome. But sorry, I laugh because I think about I would die if I tried to do this. But yeah, it's been awesome having you here. So, but before we go, I just want to say, like, can you each say one nice thing about someone else in this chat room that involving the time you've spent with them this year, or I guess over the past 4 years? One sentence, though.
I'll go. Jolie Sherman cares about every person she meets. That's my one sentence.
Okay.
When I think of Sonia Minnick, I think of just this active leader from day one till just the rest of the season. She was just incredible, planning the alumni work weekend, doing all these things. Only one sentence. Oh my God, I have too many. I'm too many.
That was a compound sentence. There was lots of multiple clauses in it.
Okay. I was gonna say Craig knows how to make people feel seen and heard.
I'm gonna say Craig and Jolie because they've both been my biggest mentors for the past 2 years. They are just there all the time. Every time I need them, they've taught me everything I know.
I can't have favorites, so I am going to say I love all the love that comes out of our team room every time I walk into it. There's always, you open the door and get blasted with energy and support, and I love those moments when I walk in and just get hugs. Just even if it's a drive-by on my way to class, it's pop in, get some love, head back out, and that never changes.
This is gonna be strange, y'all. Can y'all repeat the question? Can y'all repeat the question? I'm just like trying to read Ryan's lips.
Yeah, somebody else say it. Say one
Oh
nice
my
thing. Somebody else
God.
tell him because he
Okay,
can't hear
One
me.
nice thing about someone in the chat, Donovan.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. One
Dead.
nice thing about someone in the chat. Well, I'm just gonna shout out. I'm just gonna shout out my bro Terrence right here, man. Like he ever since school started, he's been like one of like he's not only been like a really good friend of mine, but he's been a mentor. Like I always get inspired by watching him perform or watching him work because I get to see him work and do what he does best, which is showing through his performances and the dedication he has and the support he gives me and how he pushes me. I'm so glad I have a friend like him in my life. So.
Or I will return my shout out to you. Outside of speech, I know that we will remain best friends for a very long time, and that says a lot.
You know what you all remind me of is the same thing that happened when I was at Northwestern. And every day, even when I was having a really bad day, it didn't matter. I could be exhausted. I could be tired. I would walk in. I'd open the front door to the Hardy House, which was our team building, and then I would open up the door to the conference room, and there'd just be this just cacophony of laughter and yelling and wildness, and everybody was having the best time because every week they saw each other, they were happy about seeing each other, and I think those are the types of team climates where people just thrive and they love it, and it's a beautiful experience to be a part of a team like that or like yours. And so thank you everybody for being here. There's only 1 minute left before the next round goes off. So go ahead and open up those windows, jump into those rooms and enjoy the next round. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.
Thank you for
Thank
everything,
you so
Ryan.
much.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for everything, dude.